Race number 4, interesting little race now because it's without Telecom Fighters, who beat a number of these last time. It's over the 1650. It is a Class 2, so no horse number 1. Horse 2, Berlin Tango, he draws barrier number 3. Savaquin is resuming on the back of a trial at Chung Fa. Charity Go goes up £4. Everyone's Delight is back on the back of 2 trials. We've got Sunny Star, who's a 3-time course and distance winner as well. So that's a look at the runners in race number 4. It's a small field, Tom, opened up now because there's no real noted leader in the race.
No, and Telecom Fighters was that, so it might be left up to everyone's delight here from barrier number 1. He has led in the past when he was second behind Red Majesty going back a few runs ago. Charity Go might be a handy forward, Paul, from barrier number 2, and Sunny Star. He's also raced handy in the past too.
Yeah, he has, and he went back last time, so they might go forward, small field. But he has drawn 7, so I thought they might go back with him. Far raced handily last time, and he'll be there as well. Jumbo Fortune normally sticks in the middle, so it could be a messy little race, this one.
And it is Far the horse that we're going to focus on right now. His trainer is Frankie Leroy. He's a 5-time course and distance winner, and Frankie and Nick had a little chat this morning.
Frankie, Far is one of your stable stars. He made his return to action a couple of weeks ago and did a good job, and back to Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Have you been happy with the horse since his debut run this season?
Yeah, he first start, he finished third close, and after last one, he improved, and I think he got have a very good chance.
What's been noticeable within his track work, Frankie, that has suggested to you that he's come on quite nicely for that run?
Yeah, he's usually after first start, the horse should be improved. Yeah.
Just on sort of a pace angle in the race. Now, last time out, obviously the winner, Telecom Fighters, sort of had it all his own way in front. He has been scratched out of the race.
Yeah.
How do you assess this race now from a pace perspective with him coming out?
I have another horse. Maybe he can lead in front by himself. He lead before. I think he can lead in front if no one lead in front. Yes.
And I mean, with a horse like Far, for example, would you ever be sort of, of the thinking that he could possibly go and lead in a race like this? Would that always perhaps be a thinking with you and your jockey to make the running with him ever?
I think depends by the pace. Yeah. If no horse lead, maybe sometimes you lead, you go in front. I don't want sometimes you fight with the horse not really good. If you think that race like this race, I have another horse. He can lead in front, so it should be okay. Yeah.
On this morning, you tried Beauty Live in trial number 1. I wanted to ask you about him because he had a really good sort of opening season last campaign. Where will he reappear? Obviously, he's a pretty nice type of horse into Class 2 now.
Yes, I just tried him, but the first shot maybe not really good. Usually he tried once before on the third, also not really good. But anyway, I need to have a look him first. Maybe give him one more trial.
We look forward to seeing him. And are you of the opinion that he is a very nice horse to go to war with this season?
Yes, I think later on maybe he can go up to 1600. Yes.
That horse in the yellow colours that we just saw in that trial was Wellington, who was very good this morning. But back to that race we just saw, boys, in the replay. And Tom, we're going to take it from the start. Now, this was anticipated that Telecom Fighters was going to be in the race. So he just got a perfect ride from Zach, and you'll see the sectional times come up soon. But that's where they settle, as opposed to where they might settle with a different sort of predicted pace and leader this week. Yeah,
absolutely. And what I noted just here with around the turn was Far. He just wanted to get a little bit keen and had the mouth ajar slightly. You can see Sunny Star covering a little bit of ground in the early stages there also. Charity Go was put under pressure, but he was put under pressure last start, Paul. He actually responded okay, I thought, so I thought he was definitely worth considering.
Yeah, no, definitely, in a small field as well. Farfar's going to come on for this run, there's no question, and he's also won second up in the past. Everyone's Delight is a stablemate in the race. I think it's key because he can sort of dictate this pace out in front. And look, I think they could quinella the race.
What I didn't mention there as well before was that Jumbo Fortune reared and missed the start there too.
Yeah. He did, and Frankie indicating that Everyone's Delight's likely going to lead in the race as well. Now, this is back to last season, Paul, because this is the most recent we've seen Savaquin on race day. He opposed Berlin Tango, Sunny Star, and Everyone's Delight was poor this night.
Yeah, no, he was. The thing with Savaquin, though, he's got a really poor fresh-up record. He hasn't managed to win fresh in the past, but you can see he sort of stayed on okay there.
Berlin Tango on the turf doesn't interest me a great deal.
This is back to Chungfa now, Tom. So everyone's delight since that poor performance on the 13th of July. He's had 2 trials. He wins this one over Grateful Heart.
Yeah, and look, he was really disappointing last time out, so he's been back to the trials. He's had that freshen up. I just noted in the trial as well, he was pushed along a little bit here. That's California Rad there on the inside. He was pushed out in the trial, Paul, but he did respond.
He did, didn't he? I reckon he'll get his own way in front. We've seen him lead in the past as well, and he has won fresh up in the past. So I expect a good race from him. And Grateful Heart ran a bottler on the weekend.
This is Savaquin. He's down the back straight trial over the 1,000 metres, Paul.
Yeah, it's a nice trial from him, Savaquin. It's just a fresh up record that sort of worries me a little bit. John Size sometimes just takes a while for his, a run or two for his horses. He has got Zach aboard though, so he'll come up reasonably short.
And things went against him a little bit last time out. He was at the rear and had to cover ground down the side, but stayed on well enough. Trial was okay, but the fresh record does worry me a little.
We're going to stay with Savaquin because Zach is on it. This is his last decent hit out up at Chungfa before he came down to Sha Tin. Paul, as our resident track work expert, what did you make of it?
Yeah, it was a nice enough piece of work. It's a typical John Size piece of work. They normally run about the same time every time they get out there. So he doesn't really push them in their track work.
Okay, that's why he called you in on the track work, because you're the expert. Quick tips, please.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Far on top. He's had that run under his belt. To be the stablemate, everyone's delight. He can set it up from the front. Jumbo Fortune had excuses last time, and Sunny Star. 6, 5, 8 and 7.
I'll go with Jumbo Fortune. Excuses last time out, missed the start, but had a good run round on the rail and did close off in 22.07 for his final 400 metres. Far, Savaquin and everyone's delight makes it in as well. 8, 6, 3 and 5.